interest payments that you get, your debits,
Yeah.
will pay for the credits.
Wow.
Like the loan pays for itself over time.
That's
and then
amazing.
your premiums and your paid up additions that you add in, like, pay it off faster. And yeah, man, that's why I love life insurance. Everybody should have a whole life policy.
Right.
Because it's your own bank.
Yeah.
Instead of going to the bank, and paying, 5%, 6% interest, on your car loan, you can go to your policy and say, okay, well, I want that $36,000 car.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it for cash. How much of a discount will you give me? Right?
Yeah.
Because cash always talks.
Sure.
So they're going to give you $4 or $5 off of that car because you're going to pay cash up front. Right?
Right.
And then you're going to pay yourself back instead of paying them.
Right.
And you're just making money the whole time by borrowing your own money.
So you called it an indirect, a loan through an indirect process?
So a direct loan would be like, so your $100,000,
Yeah.
they take $50,000 away from your $100,000.
Right.
Right? So you would be only earning interest on $50,000.
Okay.
Right? The non-direct loan process, they take the money out of the insurance company's general fund to loan you. So you're still earning interest on your $100,000.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And because it's a non-structured loan,
Right.
right? Everything's already set up through your policy, right? So like if you die, the loan gets paid back, right? And then whatever's left over gets paid out to the beneficiaries.
Yeah.
Right? But if you pay it back, you get to borrow it again. Pay it back, borrow it again. Pay it back, borrow it again.
Right.
And the whole time, it's continually growing.
And you said you can add to it for like a real estate deal or something. You get a bunch of cash and you can put it into the policy.
Yep. You can also start a new policy. There's no limit to how many policies you have.
Wow. So cool.
Insurance is the way, man. Like, it's going to take me a while to build my clientele, but eventually I won't drive for Uber anymore. I use it as my jump-off platform to talk to people
Absolutely.
about insurance.
Yeah. So who got you into the life insurance?
Oh, it's kind of an interesting story there.
Because I heard about it first from like online on like Prince Darnell or something like that. So anyway, like some guy on TikTok. But
I applied for a job, entry-level insurance agent, and I learned everything about it from there.
wow. Okay. Cool.
Like, I don't know, I'm a weird kind of person. I kind of obsess over things.
Yeah.
So, like, when I got the job, I, like, really learned insurance. Like, I got my license within 2 weeks.
Right. You're passionate about it, and so you just soaked it up like a sponge.
Yep, I still soak it up.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. That's really cool. So what is something that you know about insurance that would help that not a lot of people would know, like the fine print stuff.
Fine print stuff.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, here's something
Okay.
interesting. So in order to get a life insurance policy on someone, you need interest, right? Like,
Okay.
there has to be some kind of interest. Like, you could get a policy on your wife because if she dies, you're going to have to take care of the kids on your own. All the bills are going to be yours.
Yes.
Right? So she doesn't have to know about that.
Right.
like she could get a policy on you.
Yeah.
You don't need
Nobody has to know about that.
You don't. Yeah. When you have interest in someone like that, like life interest,
Right.
You don't need their permission to get a life insurance policy on them.
Right, because if something happens to them, then you're right. Okay, that is interesting. That's awesome.
And here's another one. So like, if you buy a house,
right,
one of the first things you should do, is get a life insurance policy for at least the price of the house.
Tell me why.
Because who's going to pay that mortgage when you die? If you die.
Wow.
like your loved ones are going to instantly be worrying about losing their home. And
Oh,
so
wow.
most of the life insurance I sell is mortgage protection, because like life insurance is so that people don't have to worry, right?
Yeah.
That's if something happens to you, God forbid anything happens.
Right.
But if something does happen, your family, your loved ones, whoever it is that you want your beneficiaries to be, like if you own a company and you got 200 employees,
Yeah.
you know, and if you like you're the main man, like if you die, this company's broken, like
Right.
it's going to be over,
Yeah.
right? You would want to get, you know, a policy on yourself as a person of interest, right? Because you're the main person at that company. If you die, 200 people are going to be without. So you would want like a $2 or $3 million policy on yourself, right? And you could have your employees be the beneficiaries, or the company itself be the beneficiary,
Wow.
so that the company doesn't fail if you die suddenly.
So cool.
Life insurance is awesome. It really is.
Nice.
I would highly recommend reading a book called, what's the name of it? Becoming Your Own Banker.
Nice. Okay.
That it explains in depth what I've been talking about, how to use a life insurance policy to be your own bank. Like, so
Yeah.
let's say you opened a grocery store,
Okay.
right? The first customer would be you, right? Like you and your family would always shop at your store.
Yes.
Right? But you, like a lot of people would be tempted to pay at cost for their groceries,
Right.
right? Because, well, I'm only paying this, so why should I have to pay more?
Right.
But when you think about it, you're stealing from yourself if you do that as the company owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you just buy your groceries at full price from your own store, you're making money at your store.
Yeah.
So like, as you borrow from your loan, as you borrow from your policy, right? We teach people, like what I teach people, right? Is so even though it's a non-structured loan, like you don't have to pay it back, right? It's there's not a payment plan. You're not gonna get dinged if you miss a payment. Like you borrow $50,000, pay it back when you want. It's your money,
Right.
Right. The only thing you owe is 5% interest per year on that money, all right? And that's just added to the total. So like if you never pay it back, right? Eventually it'll just get paid out of the policy if and when you die.
Wow.
But what I teach people is to pay it back, and to pay it back just like you were borrowing from the bank, right? So
Absolutely.
like if you were gonna have a $300 car payment, you know, you make a $300 addition to your policy so that it's paid down quick and you have access to your money again.
Absolutely.
And there's no limit to the number of loans you can take. So like if you got $100,000 in there and you need $20,000, and then next week you need $10,000, next week you need $40,000, they're obligated to loan you up to 90% of the cash value at any time. That's just how it works.
That's just how it works.
And so you can have $5 million in your policy, which is what a lot of affluent people, like
Yeah.
people with a lot of money, they get paid, you know, like, oh, I just got a $5 million check. Okay, well, let me buy a $5 million policy.
And how much would a $5 million policy cost?
A $5 million policy would cost a lot. But
Well,
if,
yeah,
But if you add in a $5 million paid up addition to your policy, it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
You get paid interest on the money that you keep in the account.
Okay.
So if you got $5 million in your account,
Yeah.
the insurance company is paying you 4.7% interest per year on your money. You can literally live off of that interest payment. You would not have to work. That's like almost 10 grand a month.
Wow. That's crazy.
Like, so the only thing is, so on an interest payment that you get paid out, you
Yeah.
owe taxes on, right? If you use the interest payment to buy more paid up additions,
Yeah.
you don't end up paying taxes on it.
Okay.
Right? And then you can loan yourself money out of your account, and you don't owe taxes on a loan.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many benefits to working in the insurance field. I'm very thankful that I applied for and got the job that I did.
Yeah, that's so cool.
You
I don't
have
know.
a policy yourself?
I don't have a policy. I would like to buy one, but yeah, I'd like to buy one. I have a few real estate pieces of real estate that information helps me out a lot.
Yeah. So you got $5 million in your policy.
Yeah.
You can go offer cash on a house out of your loan. My money, you use it for what you want. And it's generally, so like with Foresters, you have access to your money within 2 days. So like if you go in on Monday and say, I want $50,000, it'll be in your account by Wednesday.
So if I get, say I have $300,000 in cash in my bank, sitting in my bank, and I want to go buy a policy for $300,000 for my business. That $300,000 in cash I put into that policy. Then I can loan up to 90% of that money to myself without paying it back, or without paying taxes.
Without paying a structured loan process or paying taxes on the interest earned on that money. So like what you would want to do,
right,
is you would get yourself like a $300,000 policy, right?
Yeah.
You would say, okay, I want a $300,000 policy, and that policy is going to cost you, say, $300,000. It's going to be about maybe $125 a month, depending on your age and health, right? And then you would say, I want to add a $300,000 paid up addition to this policy, right? So if you die, there would already be $300,000 worth of cash value in the policy,
right? And
the policy would pay $300,000. So like if you did that and then died tomorrow,
right,
the policy would pay out the beneficiary $600,000 because your money's in there and you bought a policy. Because the policy itself will be your monthly payment, right?
Okay.
And then you only, like, that value, like, so your monthly payment adds up really slow.
Yeah, right? Absolutely does.
But when you do these paid up additions, that's where you have access to instant cash value to change how you work in the world. If that makes any sense.
That works. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.